Hello again, and welcome to part two of this two-part video where I look at the 10 most valuable records in my collection. Now, just to reiterate, I'm using Discogs as my basis for valuation. I've taken into account the condition of the records I own, and I've looked back historically at past copies which have sold according to Discogs, and I've tried to identify copies which are as close as to the ones I have in terms of condition, and use the value that they've gone for, and tried to keep within the last couple of years. In fact, tried to keep to 2022, to be honest, and not go as far back as 2021. I think I had to with a couple. So that's the basis for this. We're on to number 5, and just to reiterate, this is not I'm not doing box sets. This is just single LPs. Now, some of them are double LPs, but by that I mean a single piece of work. So coming at number 5 is the Analog Productions version of Midnight Blue by Kenny Burrell, and obviously a tremendous album. I have 3 copies, 3 versions rather, of this album. This is I did a comparison between this one and the classic records, and I think the classic records came out on top actually, but I still very much enjoy playing this one as well. It's a double 45 RPM version on 200 gram vinyl. It was mastered by Acoustech and pressed at QRP. Now, a copy of this went for 165 euros, according to Discogs. So that comes in at number 5. So we'll shift this over here, and which one is coming in at number 4? Well, Grant Green's Green Street is coming in at number 4. This is, again, an Analog Productions version, double 45 RPM. This was released in 2009. It was mastered by Acoustech and pressed at RTI. It's a double 45 RPM on 200 gram vinyl. Yeah, tremendous album. I love Grant Green. And this is a beautiful release by Analog Productions, as many and most of Analog Productions releases are. Gatefold sleeve, beautiful. And according to Discogs, a copy of this one, which is in identical condition to the one I have, went for 198 euros. So we're just pushing up to the 200 euro mark now. So that came in at number 4. Now, the top 3 are not perhaps what you'd expect. So number 3 is Discovery by Daft Punk. Now, this is an original with all the bits that came with it. I think there was a credit card, a Daft Punk membership credit card, not a credit card, but a Daft Punk membership card in the shape of a credit card. And it still have that, and all the other little bits and bobs that came with it. So this was released in 2001. This is an original. It's a double 33 RPM release, and yeah, great album, fantastic. I was somewhat late coming to the Daft Punk party. I remember going skiing once with a friend, and he was on and on and on about Daft Punk, and so he kind of convinced me I should get into them. So I did, and I think I bought this one. I also have Random Access Memories, which is also a fantastic album. But rather surprised to see this one in the top 10, let alone number 3, and a copy of this in this condition, which is as mint as you can get. Went on, according to Discogs, at 200 euros. So yeah, an interesting one there. So that brings us to the top 2. Number 2 is one I'm sure you will not expect to see, but it's Propaganda's A Secret Wish. This was released in 2011, and it is a music on vinyl release. It was limited to 500 copies. It was released on marbled blue vinyl. The first 500 copies were on marbled blue vinyl only. It's the remastered album, and it also includes some extra tracks as well, and a booklet. Now, I had an original of this, but wow, this does sound good. It's a fantastic sounding album, and I mean, it's a slice of the 80s, to be honest, and if you like that kind of thing, then I certainly recommend you get it. I love Propaganda and what they became afterwards, ACT, and Claudia Brooken. I've always really liked Claudia Brooken as well, the lead singer. So yeah, fantastic album this, and geez, I had no idea it would be worth so much. So this was, let me see now. This went for, there was a copy of this went on, according to Discogs, went at €220. So I'm pleased I bought it just because I love this album, but I certainly have no intentions of selling it. I had no idea that it would be worth so much. So €220 for number 2, which brings us to number 1. And number 1 is another release from Music Matters Jazz, and it is Blue Hour by Stanley Turrentine and the Three Sounds. Now, this is a tremendous album, and if you want to listen to something late at night, just to relax to, this is the one I would pick. And you know what? The cover is just one of the great Blue Note covers. This was taken in Rudy Van Gelder's new studio. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it's just a beautiful cover and a tremendous sounding album. Now this is it's the 33 RPM single disc version. Was mastered by Kevin Gray and pressed at RTI. It's on 180 gram vinyl, and a copy of this last went, according to Discogs, at €230. So by €10, it is the number 1. So there you go. That's the top 10. I do have some box sets, which I might do a similar thing with that, but I've not included box sets in this because I don't think it's a fair comparison, frankly. So I hope you enjoyed that, and maybe that some of these surprised you. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Do subscribe if this is the kind of content you enjoy, and don't forget to give the video a like. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and keep spinning those records.